Fucking goated.
Acknowledge me when I enter the ring. We the ones that I miss when you trying to king. The best wrestling bar cause the other ones bore me. Long as we around, they don't finish the story. Elite with it, they know I'ma be around. Too sweet with it, they know I'ma lay it down on Inferno. But I'm quick to take them to hell. We the ones in the ring and beyond the bell, yeah. Beyond the Bell podcast. Make sure y'all like, follow, and subscribe. Yeah.
Happy October, everybody. What it do is popping. It's the undeniable, reliable, the one and only Trigger Trey Knight.
And this your boy Blackout Jones. Man, you can just go F yourself.
And this is Mr. 211. I'm going to drink to that.
We're gonna try that again. And this is your boy Carlito the Cannon. And I'm trying to think of something as a tagline that happened from this week, but go F yourself might just be it takes the cake. It takes the cake. Are we starting with that?
Might as well.
Hey, let's do it.
Let's do it, because
Adam
Copeland. So first of all,
the third Adam.
the WWE dropped the ball because there is no reason why the rated R superstar should be allowed to be said anywhere else. Y'all dropped the ball on that. Meddling is being his theme. Love it. Beth being his you think you know me. Love it. But I keep seeing the memes of when he comes out to run to one side of the stage, he can't run to the other side of the stage because there's nobody there.
That's doggone shame.
Bro, come on, no.
AEW is on the struggle button.
No. I think he did it the night that he debuted.
This new haircut. He ran over there, but we saw like the tweets where it was like pitch black.
Tony said,
Shout out to the new hashtag Edge's Pyro Budget, because that is the most pyro I've seen in AEW since Keith Lee was with Swerve.
Ricky Starks. When Ricky Starks,
yeah, the pyro budget definitely went up.
Yeah. Pyro budget for him, and it's like they're not even using like even Jericho doesn't get the top tier pyro that Adam Copeland has now.
What else was you gonna give him? Nothing.
I mean,
like a Orange Cassidy.
Smoke and pyro.
I mean, he's the pyro budget now. He actually is the pyro budget now because. But how did y'all feel about the debut? Other than the fact that, and let's be honest, when it got announced that they were main eventing, what else was gonna happen?
I personally thought it was gonna start at the beginning of the show. Didn't know, but
so it's hard to okay, if Edge debuts at the start of the show, you can't follow that up the rest of even with the incredible outcome of a match that we're going to talk about, even that doesn't that's all they're going to be talking about. They'll probably just start chanting for Adam Copeland the rest of the pay-per-view if you start with that.
Yeah.
It's hard to follow that up because we're talking about someone with 25 years and is this the biggest switch ever?
As far as between the two companies?
And between any two companies. Other than Hogan and AWA and WWF. I'm trying, because we don't have anybody who's had this amount of time with one company who goes to another company. This is the...
For me, I think it's bigger. And I was thinking about this earlier today because I was going back looking at the videos and it was still surreal to me that he's even in the AEW ring, let alone away from WWE and someone else's company. So I looked at it as this was big to me. This was bigger than Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole coming the same night.
Which is probably number 2 in the company though, because the Cole pop was cool. Well, but when Bryan came out right after, it was like
I agree with that because we knew about Bryan, but we didn't know about Cole.
We didn't know about Cole.
Right. Yeah.
So he comes out. We get the tease of the concerto.
Yeah.
He switches. He hits, Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne. I love that we don't get any Christian interaction at the pay-per-view. Like I love that. I love the comment after, oh well, Luchasaurus is my only friend, so I don't like I Christian is Christian the best heel in the business right now?
Yes.
Yes. Most definitely.
It's 2023 and we're saying that Christian Cage is the best heel in the wrestling business.
It's because he found his niche.
He got his free reign.
Because it's just like that whole, how's your dad or how's everything?
Lovely.
I'm saying, I got a dead parent. So if it's just like, oh hey TJ, how's your mom? It's on site.
It's on site.
He's
I'm getting scared.
And so it makes for compelling television because we just like, oh my god, he's saying that.
I do want to give a shout out to the fan that brought the I watch both sign to AEW. He brought it. There was a fan in the crowd at AEW. I think it was at Dynamite. He had a sign that says I watch both. We're going to talk about the tribalism aspect because now that Adam Copeland is in AEW, we have seen some ridiculous E-drone madness.
Let me touch on that.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Trey. Got it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna mute it so you can you got the floor, my brother.
You fickle. You know what the word fans. It is ridiculous the amount of disrespect that Adam Copeland has received. The disrespect. A man who's given his whole career to one company, his freaking neck, broken freaking neck, to one company. And you mean to tell me that you are upset because he decided to take a new journey in his life and to be with friends and be with new friends that can extend his career even more? Do you want him to see less of Adam Copeland? I was about to say Edge, but shoot, less of Adam Copeland? Or do you want to see more of Adam Copeland? Because we knew with WWE, at the end of the day, we're not going to see Adam Copeland or Edge, if he was still in WWE, on a weekly basis. We seen in the press conference of him wanting to do more. Him wanted to do more. But that's not going to happen. But now it is. So why not be grateful? Why not be thankful for where he is, where he's going, the multiple of matches that he can have now with old comrades and even new? Edge FTR, Edge maybe Sting before Sting wraps it up. You got Edge Jericho. You got Edge and a plethora of people. Edge MJF, like he teased at the beginning. The Hardys. I mean, after this situation, maybe we can get Edge and Christian, the Hardys, but it's still something that you need to show respect for. The disrespect, that's too much, man. Understand it. If he wanted to go somewhere else, he had the right to do so. He gave his blood, sweat, tears, and his life, like his livelihood, to be in WWE and to please the fans. So as fans, don't get in your feelings and get upset because a man chose to do something else to better his career because he felt stagnant. If you feel stagnant, what's the saying? You always pick yourself up, go somewhere, and get better, progress. Because you can't be stagnant in one place. Because guess what? Somebody's going to take your spot. And he still has a lot left to give. So at the end of the day, respect that man. Don't disrespect him. He jumped to AEW. So what? Bravo. Congratulations. We appreciate you, Adam. And we can't wait to see what you do next.
So,
Well said.
I'm definitely seeing both sides of the coin. I've seen the disrespect from the fans, but I also understand the fans who have made the point that Edge did this whole spiel about him needing to have some time off in between matches to recover, him not being able to be full-time, him not being able to do it at the rate that he was doing it. And now, just because you switch companies and you feel reinvigorated, you feel free, which I think people are taking the wrong way, of course. But that's, as usual, the tribalism is there. I can definitely understand the fans who felt like, hey, it's weird because it's almost like you can't blame him for not being full time, because if WWE doesn't want him full time, he's not gonna be.
Right.
But at the same time, the speech you made last year leading into what was supposed to possibly have been your retirement and what we got with Sheamus, and then after, it just kind of, it rubs some people the wrong way. I'm never gonna be upset with people for having feelings about something. It's just how you respond and react to the feelings that. So it's weird, but I don't understand the people who are like throwing his like burning his jersey, like when LeBron left Cleveland. Like,
right.
Come on. Like,
The whole video with the girl crying.
Like, oh my gosh, the TikTok of old girl crying that was ridiculous.
I can't believe that Edge was there. I can't believe it. Like, bro, really?
Like, he wasn't on the indies before he went to WWE. Like, it's weird because it's like the people that are feeling the way they're feeling and acting out the way they are act like they work for WWE. Like,
see, that's why I always say I make it a point not to care about these people past my TV.
Yep.
Because you know what I'm saying, I can't, like, do I like Edge and AEW? I wouldn't have done it, but like Trigger said, that's a grown man. Let him do what he do. You know what I'm saying? He showed up on the TV. I was looking at it. I was about to cut it off until they did the little movie thing. I was like, oh, what's going on here? Or rated R this? Yeah. All right. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I won't go cry. You know what I'm saying? I can't feel that much about it. You know what I'm saying? People immediately get with the Twitter fingers and whatnot. And I'm just like, hey, go touch some grass. No,
That's it. Go touch them. Because it's like when Sting finally debuted for WWE, that would have been like me being upset or crying. Like, if you truly love wrestling, if you truly love the character, Edge is gone. Okay, it happens. The character Edge is gone. The way people are talking about this Adam Copeland thing is like they can't separate Edge from Adam Copeland. Adam Copeland made a move to go somewhere else. The character Edge is done. That's like if Kane left.
Because we thought Razor and Diesel was done for a minute.
Look, I hope they don't. I pray. That's why I'm happy Vince ain't. That's why I'm happy Vince ain't in charge. Because if I would have seen fake Edge, look, they would have brought back the Major Brothers. And Jesus,
they went back to that theme he had in the beginning. You think you know?
Oh my God, no! Please, no. I was actually, you know what though? I was actually hoping for the Rob Zombie. Get my Durango. I was hoping for Never Gonna Stop Me. Like I'm fine with Metalingus. It is the theme, but I was hoping for the Rob Zombie joint because I feel like that doesn't get the love being associated with the Edge character because. Never gonna stop, man. Never gonna stop.
I remember being a wrestling theme.
Yeah, like it was an actual
ever, but that's one of the first ones I remember.
First song I can remember for being somebody's theme was that's actually wow.
A great question, right?
That's a great question too.
That's the first one I can remember.
So it's weird because the first thing I want to say is Kings of Rock when Run DMC did, but that they made that specifically to be a wrestling theme. But the Rob Zombie thing that was a song that was made for Ed, like that was brought in to use for. Is that the first one I can remember?
Burn me that CD.
Well,
Burning CD.
Well,
wait. Was Never Gonna Stop? No, because Burning My Light was after that.
Well, while we think about it. Fans, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe below. Make sure you check out on all the Instagram, X. Follow us on X. Definitely follow us on X. We need the love.
BTB Iconics.
BTB Iconics. It is listed below. Make sure you
follow us on IG. Follow us on TikTok. Beyond the Bell Podcast.
Everywhere.
Backstar
Director Scale Program.
Long. L-O.
Pause, baby. Pause.
Son, spell long. L-O.
I watched that.
No. Did you just say that though?
No, I said yeah.
Okay, thank you. Oh. Black, come on, man. Black, get this guy right here, man. Keep the reins on him. You know. But no. So on a more serious note, I definitely hope Edge is. I hope he's
invigorated, recuperated.
So it's not that. I hope. So being in the E as long as he was, I understand. I guarantee he's used to a certain response from the fans. Like he's been there for 20 plus years. I hope he's ready for the response. Look, cut it out, cut it out, cut it out. Jesus, y'all killed like that man. He was associated with WWE for 20 plus years. We'll say that. There you go. I hope he's ready for the level of work rate that he's gonna have to put in with AEW because
work rate as in physical,
as in level
rate?
of as in level of spot, because we have to realize Edge is coming from a company that
cost your spots. Like you
call the long term, but the indictments on WWE matches are the storytelling aspect is so heavy that the physical is not as demanding. That's not the case in AEW. Your matches in AEW are going to be almost the complete opposite. Now, do I hope Edge brings another dimension of storytelling to their higher profile matches? Absolutely. But AEW is not the match storytelling company. That's not what they do. They give you they give you more physical than they do the aesthetic of the presence and the pageantry of the match itself. That's just what they do. That's like the spot between Nick Jackson and Ray Phoenix, the kick and then the kip up into the kick.
So
you get more of that.
But let's be real though. Do you think that Edge won't have a controlling factor and say into how he controls his matches? And then also you got Beth in his ear like, babe, you can't afford to do anything in the realm of a damn power driver on the damn side of the damn apron.
I would love to think that. I'm gonna be honest, I would love to think that, but let's look at Sting. When you get around, and I don't want to say he's not in charge of his matches, but when you get around a specific crowd, when you get around other wrestlers who are capable of doing certain stuff, Sting had no business jumping off that ladder through that table.
Busting his lip and chin.
Should have never happened. But because of the company he's in, the crowd, the hunger, the passion that he still has for the business, he's pushing limits and pushing levels. I just hope Edge tempers that expectation, because I don't want another out of nowhere retirement for him. If this is his last hurrah, if he can get 2, 3, 4 more years out of this run in AEW and give himself what he feels like he's missing, that's what I hope for. For me and all fans of wrestling, that's what I hope for.
I hope he goes out the way that he wants to go out and not the Undertaker route. Not like you're not ever satisfied with that. Like I think with the aesthetic of wrestling, period, like you ending your match, your career in one company, good 20 plus year run, and you ended on a banger match.
Great
banger match. So now you start this new journey with this new company, and I pray that his matches are, like I said, he works safe and he works with people that are safe with him and understand, like, make sure you protect, because if not,
look, in the words of Wu-Tang last week, Mr. 211 said it: protect your neck.
But we gotta look at it. Tony is going to protect his investment regardless, and I think he's going to protect this more than Punk. I mean, and respect the Punk, because respect the Punk. He brought a lot of insight, a lot of wisdom, a lot of IQ to the business for AEW. But you have a 20 plus year veteran that has been on that side, on that scene, and he's bringing that to AEW, which I think Edge can. I mean, excuse me, Adam Copeland can elevate AEW storytelling, and if he has a hand in it, also with a Bryan Danielson and all these guys, like, the sky's the limit. But I just don't want him to get into that corner too. That's like, all right, you're getting too many ideas to push out, but it's not really adding up to a lot of other people too.
Jericho made a very solid point in an interview I watched, and it was
recent.
It was an interview I saw. I don't know how recent it was, but it was in terms of him being the first AEW World Champion, where he was like, you'd be crazy to think they were gonna put the belt on Adam Page, because business sense wise, you put over your most important high caliber, high profile star so that he can build stars. Because like he said, 2 weeks into his run, he was facing Darby. He had the Jack Perry challenge, the 10-minute open challenge with him. He had the MJF build. He had Moxley. So in a short amount of time, he built stars. Is Edge? Are they gonna be utilizing Edge as that, or is Edge gonna come in and be a guy who's like, or is he gonna come in and get that last run that a lot of fans were clamoring for? Like, I don't know where we're going with him.
I think he's gonna do the build like you throwing a shout out at MJF. Like, don't get me wrong, and we already kind of seen the interaction, especially in the scrum between MJF. Like, oh, here's another ex WWE guy coming in trying to take the spot, trying to take over. Like, nah, get to the back of the line, buddy. Like, this is my company, and so we can see the seeds being laid for that later on. But his mission right now is the whole situation with Christian, and then
which do we feel like? And we were talking about this before. I understand the relationship. I understand the significance of Adam and Christian.
Mm-hmm.
But if you blow your load on this off the rip, what's left? Like, there's matches.
They have a way to build it.
Yeah, I mean, you got so, and it's crazy because you have when's Full Gear? November
18th.
November 18th. Yeah.
So you got a month. Are we gonna get? Because what's the Swerve and Bryan Danielson matches
Next
for
week.
the TNT title shot at Full Gear?
I want to say it will be. It should be. I'm not sure if it will be, but
a
it
high
should
profile match.
It should be.
How long are you gonna drag out? Not drag out, but how long are you gonna invest in the Edge and Christian and slow it out? Because eventually you get to the point where Christian's camp isn't big enough to keep us enthralled, word of the day, long term. Like, we want to see Edge and Christian interact. That's what the fans want to see.
I think we'll get the interaction, but I will put it off until Revolution.
Most definitely, yeah.
When is Revolution?
Revolution's like what, February?
February. It's like right after. I think it's after Rumble. Yeah.
That's 4.
What is he gonna do?
4 months.
Yeah.
What's he gonna do for 4 months?
So
he's gonna, they're gonna have something for him.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well,
so and that's the thing. I think that's also the hard part about being not invested, but looking at this, because it's almost like the WWE fans. Let it play out. I understand that, but if we look at he's going to have something for him, we just had a 14-match card at Wrestle Dream with 1 women's match. And how long have we been saying Tony's going to figure it out? Tony's going to give the 1 women's match out of a 14-match card.
He has to fix that.
He's got to fix that immediately.
He has to fix that. But I want to go back.
That was terrible.
I want to go back on the WWE fans, for instance. Mm-hmm. I want to talk about them. I think I'm going to take pleasure in this.
Okay.
You need
the same WWE fans that Edge going to AEW are the same WWE fans that, oh my God, Jay Cargill is coming. The same WWE fans that were, oh my God, Cody's coming. See, now you realize why I was the way I was with Cody, because Cody was this whole tribalism that we got going right now. Blame him. Blame him for it, because he was the one that came out every week like he does now in WWE and was running up at the mouth about the E, about AEW's this, AEW's that, WWE's this, whether he said their name or not. But he was at the forefront of holding the AEW flag up as high as it can be, getting at the WWE, and then he decides to basically, I'm gonna start some mess here, but I'm gonna go back here. And now this is where we at now. And I blame him for it. I blame some of it on him.
So okay, this is a question. Let's remove the Jade coming. I'll give you Cody. I'll give you established talent doing switches. Because with Jade, which is for the first time in I don't know how long, that's the one thing I'm going to give WWE credit for. They've finally gone back to what helped bring in the Attitude Era, the youth movement. Edge is gone. Let's look at all the talent that they lost to AEW or went on. Adam Copeland, Christian. In essence, you might as well say Punk because they had a chance to bring him back. Big Show, Mark Henry. There's a lot of talent that went over there. John Morrison, that were already established mid-30s, early 40s talent. But let's look at what they're bringing in now. Jay Cargill is what, 26?
Something like that.
Yeah, something like
Something
that.
like she's in her early to mid-20s.
Yeah.
The youth movement is in full effect. You know, I hated losing a Mustafa, but hey, that happens. But looking at Dolph gone, there's a lot. They're making room now for a lot more. I don't want to say younger, but that's really the only word I can think of. The youth movement is in full effect in WWE. So I'll give you the tribalism fans who were like, oh well, Cody's coming, or you know, even with them wanting to go after Ricky Starks.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the smartest thing in the world for them, because with Braun Breaker, with the Creeds, with Carmelo, with Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, with a lot of this talent that's coming in, we're at the point now that WWE was in the middle of the Monday Night Wars. AEW is, and I don't want to say falling victim or doing the same thing, because they're not, because the older guys that they're bringing are willing to do the job.
Right.
But they're doing the same thing that WCW in the mid-90s did, bringing in older, established, veteran talent. And they're going over a lot of the younger talent. Some of them are still doing business, like, you know, Jericho. I personally don't believe Jericho and Omega should have went over the Don Callis family.
Right.
Because Takeshita is next. If AEW does it right, he is their Okada. There is no reason why Takeshita should not be AEW World Champ within 2 years.
As long as they slow burn too with him.
And the crazy thing is they're slow burning it and adding pieces. They just added Hobbs.
Yeah.
Hopefully they bring in Daniel Garcia.
Hey.
Now,
get my man Black inside it, dog.
The one beautiful thing I can say though, the fumbles that AEW had. Sorry, everyone. I'm currently at the hospital, so if you hear some, wait, is that an Amber Alert?
Yeah. He's not in the hospital. He's at the hospital.
Ron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
he'll be back.
Yeah. So when it comes to AEW really pulling out all the stops for everything that's going on lately, I think them boys, they'll be straight. They just have to like really take their time and understand exactly what they all have, especially the pieces that they have. Having those veteran guys, it can work in their advantage, but it just depends really on how you're implementing them, how you're applying them to younger talent, older talent. What is it that you want to get out of it? Is it going to be a one-off? Is it going to be something that you want to tell for a while? And again, at the end of the day, Adam Copeland brings a lot of knowledge to the scene. You already got a lot of knowledge from indie guys and guys that's been all over the world that can assist you in that, but it just depends on your trust level with them, opening up to doing a little bit more. So I know I think them boys will be straight though, especially between WWE and them right now. Sky's the limit.
And what I also liked about because you know when Adam Copeland came out, of course, you know, the NXT, you know, they pretty much threw the kitchen sink out there for Tuesday night,
right?
Because Dynamite is going to be on Tuesday night. But you know what I like? What Tony Khan did is what he didn't do. He didn't jump the gun.
He could have.
He could have, but he chose not to. And at the end of the day, he realized that, hey, I got a roster full of these stars. I'm just going to treat it just like any other Dynamite, but I'm going to also put together great matchups.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all he did. There's no extra. There's nobody else coming in. There's no, I'll have a big announcement like he normally does.
Right.
He just kept it simple. Whereas, you know, WWE, I mean, NXT, like John Cena.
And Paul Heyman.
Well, wouldn't you do the same thing?
And the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes?
And Cody Rhodes.
You know what I'm saying?
He pretty much
do the same thing.
They out here throwing fastball pitches 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you remember in barbershop too, when the other barbershop came across the street, and then Calvin started giving away free haircuts and food and stuff like that to try to counter it.
I
So,
mean,
you know what I'm
and I
saying?
understand that.
We would all
I
do the same
understand.
thing.
That's true, but I understand that. But you have to look at it like this too. Also, that's letting me know you don't trust your stars to go up against that.
Well, and I think too is the fact of, when Dynamite has these, I would say these themed Dynamites, like Grand Slam, that winter
Yeah.
is coming,
Right,
and Title Tuesday, you got your titles on the line. I mean, that's definitely going to be an action-packed night, depending on what
Yeah.
you're doing. And the regular crowd, like as we know, a lot of people don't watch NXT, and NXT is a developmental brand, but they have good stars there. But people see AEW as a brand, like they see it that's not
Yeah.
developmental. Dynamite is the brand to watch. So obviously, you put Adam Copeland, Luchasaurus, like maybe nobody cares about Luchasaurus, but people care about Adam Copeland, so it's going to bring
Yeah.
eyes. And that's just regular booking from what they're doing. And I think just the fact that they got pushed to Tuesday, Sean was like, well, we can't take a hit like that. Nah, let's go ahead and put eyes on and do what we need to do. Great,
But
love it. But did you really need all that?
Why are they going?
Oh, go ahead.
No, I
You
just
said
had a
what?
question. Why are they going to Tuesday next week?
It might be the baseball game.
Baseball, yeah.
Baseball? Okay.
Yeah, I want to say it's the baseball, the playoffs or whatnot.
Yeah, no, you
but
I just
but I say that to say this though. When you talk about not everybody look at NXT, guess what you did without those stars just this past week?
Mm-hmm.
You outdid AEW Dynamite 855,000 viewers to their 800,000 viewers.
Oh,
You didn't need
they
Cena.
just bumped it up. They said 857.
Yeah, did you have Cena then? No. Did you have Cody Rhodes then? No. Did you have Paul Heyman? No. You had Dirty Dom and Trick Williams in the main event.
And you didn't have Dragon Lee and some of your other premier stars on wrestling.
And you did more numbers.
Oh yeah, man.
So I think, but I would say this. I would say because they know the iconolist, the person that Adam Copeland is, they know that people are going to want to watch that, but then they know it may start the back and forth, the channel switch. Like, oh,
it's going to be back and forth regardless.
Yeah,
it is. It's going back and forth.
Yeah. It's going to have to be on two screens. Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all got just two screens, y'all fancy. I'd just be like, oh, it's going to commercial. All right.
It's going to be interesting on what match starts AEW Dynamite.
Right.
That money John Cena music hit 8:00 on the dot.
Yeah, I believe that too.
Oh, for sure. If they don't start off with John, they're probably going to start off with Cody.
But this is the beauty of it. This is the beauty of it, man. Like, for real. Like, this is the beauty. This is what people need to see.
Go ahead.
Oh, no. Go ahead. Go ahead, 211.
Yeah, what I was going to say is what's crazy is the channel hopping is not what it used to be. Like, when we was young, we flipped between Monday Night Raw and Monday Nitro. We did that because we legitimately wanted to see what the other one was doing. Now we're seeing what the other one's doing for counter programming reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be honest, straight up. I'm a WWE guy, so 8:00 come, my TV gonna be on NXT, and I'll flip a commercial. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like when I was young, my dad had control of the remote. Whatever was on at 8:00, that's where he was at. And then it was just like, all right, cool. Let's flip to the other channel, just see what they're doing. Oh snap! Now we just like, all right, who gonna be on when I change the channel to AEW? Bet you it's gonna be somebody crazy. You turn back, bet it's gonna be somebody crazy. And it's just like, it don't hit the same. It is my point.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Because social media plays a lot into it too. Like you don't have the hotlines where you can call into anymore. You don't have those things to where you anticipate on what's happening, and if you miss or you change the channel, it's like a god awful atrocious thing because you didn't have 5 minutes later a video go up of exactly what happened, so you couldn't see it. No, like back in the day, it was like, well, shoot, I guess I got to tune in next week to figure out what's going on, unless you heard the scuttlebutt during school or around the way. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I had a
kind of
homeboy
rough.
who was straight WCW when I was young. My boy Sean, shout out. Because he just was like, "Hey, you see Nitro last night?" I just was like, "Nah, I was looking at Raw." You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Oh, Sting did that. Lex Luger did that." I'm like, "Word, man, I should have watched that." But I was watching WWE bump that.
And it's rough because you got abilities to have two screens too. I can watch right here and I can watch on my computer, and you be like, all right,
Yeah.
well, I have the choice to where I can look at both, but it depends. It's like everybody's gonna have a choice on what interests me the most. Like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's per preference. But I think Dynamite is gonna be good next week. It's Title Tuesday. Usually they do pretty good on their theme shows, like how they did
Yeah.
Grand Slam. Grand Slam was like one of their top performance shows throughout, I think, this year, right?
Those just always have a bigger feel.
Yeah. So more eyes gonna be on the product, and I think it's time for them. And I think with having Adam there too, it's like, all right, guys, like, and Adam's not gonna disrespect the E. I mean, he's just being polite. He's being
If he take a
understanding.
pop shot, I'm changing the channel. Like,
The only shot that he threw, and I don't know if anybody caught on to that, it wasn't necessarily a shot. It was more of a, hey, this could happen to you because I know about why. I know I'm pretty much a pure example of it. When he told Christian, he said,
On top of the Judgment Day,
"It's gonna come a time when Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne, they're going to drop you once they suck that knowledge out of your head." He said, "I know personally," and I thought about the Judgment Day.
Oh yeah, I definitely
until somebody pointed it out.
Yeah, I definitely caught it when he said it, and then I figured, the rebuttals and stuff would be like, well, I thought Christian was gonna say some savage joint, but he said
he did.
He did say something. He did say something savage. He saved it, went off, and then after it went off the air, then they did their little. I wish they would have probably kept that on the air too, but
hey. No, when did that happen? That was a Sunday. Yeah, I ain't catch it until literally yesterday. I didn't, and somebody on the X had to point it out for me because I was just like, what? No, I thought he was just talking as a vet. It was like, they'll turn you loose when they get all the knowledge from you, and they was like, oh, that's a shot at the Judgment Day. I was like, huh, okay.
And to talk about Christian, man, I thought about it today, and I said, you know what? I thought about the TNT title, and I don't know if y'all remember, I used to always call it the Cody belt.
Yeah,
because after Cody left, that belt was just being passed around like it was at a frat party.
Yeah,
but true.
And then now Christian has put the respect back on that championship, and now it's no longer the Cody belt anymore. It's the Christian belt.
He put respect on the belt when the belt wasn't technically his.
I would say Miro had a level of respect. I think after Miro, it just kind of got blah. It just got.
I don't want to say Miro didn't do it. I'm not disagreeing, but we will remember this run from Christian more than we'll remember that.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Like what I remember more about Miro is like the whole Redeemer character. Like, what's the one? Head and shoulders above almost anything he did in WWE. The Rusev Day joint was good, but the Redeemer was.
Yeah.
Woo!
Because you saw that savage in him.
Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you got the promos out of him. Every single promo from him as the Redeemer has hit. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't even manage to bring his wife into it. She even better doing this shtick she doing. You know what I'm saying? She ain't gonna show up again for a couple weeks. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? But it's the moment you least expect it, like to go down, there go Miro. My God, I've done something. You know how you do.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be gangster.
Yeah, I think like I respect his run too, especially after the whole Cody situation. And the fact that Christian has elevated a run of a belt that's not even technically his.
Yeah. It was
because the belt is technically. Oh my God.
Here you go too.
You really like Christian's run, don't you?
Look, I'm telling you, look, it just balloons everywhere. Look, we so excited, we so happy. Woo! But man, Christian is just showing the best work of his career. Is definitely a heel. And I think with just him, just like the IQ level, like when you talk about basketball, football, you have it. you have a certain level of IQ towards the game that you are presenting. Like you know where to go, you know what play to run, you know where this person gonna go. And with Christian, instead of saying anything during that whole segment, he said one line and got the ring.
And that's all everybody been talking about.
Go
That's
F
it.
yourself. Like we would think, and I hope people didn't get to the point where they was thinking, oh yeah, Christian and Adam, they're going to get together, they're going to run a tag team. Why would he do that? He's a whole heel. You mean to tell me Adam has Christian on the flip of a switch like that to turn him face? Why would he give up his title to go run tags with you after he's established himself?
Exactly.
That seems disrespectful to me. I would tell you go F yourself too.
It was. And I mean, like we even talked about earlier, we talked about how I felt like, Christian is above Adam Copeland, you know what I mean, in AEW, because no matter what Christian did in WWE, everybody knew that Edge was over him regardless. Right. It was like with Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, we knew Jeff Hardy was the star. We knew Matt was just who he was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was like he was in his shadow, either with both of them. They were both in each other's, whether the brother or friend, shadow. But now Adam Copeland, I feel like is on the other side of this spectrum. You're not bigger than Christian. Christian is the man in AEW now. You got to look up to him now. That's just how I feel. That's just my opinion on that.
Right.
How do y'all feel about that?
And it's like, I look at it like this. Like, imagine, you know what I'm saying, you homeboys like Edge and Christian, and then your homeboy go to a different school to start playing football. And he get his little shine. He finally get his little burn. And then for whatever reason, the county redistricts and you go to that school too. I don't want to see you. You know what I'm saying? This mine. I done this. I done built this up. They know me. And here you come. Stealing my shine again. And you talking about, yeah, man, we finna be, 1 and 2 just like we was. No, get away from me.
Yeah.
Because ain't no 1 and 2, because I am the 1, not the 2.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I made this over here. And then here you come. You just had to come over here with your rated R and your pyro and all this mess. Get away from me.
Look, now your merch gonna sell. Now what you gonna talk about this in front of my face? Disrespect me? Like you come at me in everything sideways, and it seems like nothing that I've done here. Like you're not even showing that credit. You're not even showing that respect. You automatically go, oh, let's go be a tag team. Like you don't say, hey man, hey brother, I love you, I appreciate you. Go do your run. Hey man, be the best champion. Well, champion that you're not, but be the champion that you can be.
Now he is the champion now. He legit the champion now.
Oh yeah, now they advertising him as a champion. I guess
he won that match. That was
duh. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he the champ.
But yeah, I'm like, don't come over here and step on my toes and then make me try to get back with you. No, go F yourself.
And that's why he told him to go F himself.
Right. He was like, go have fun. You do that over there. I'm good. I got my people. Don't try to.
On this side. I'm good over here. Look.
Because if Edge want to go after that I'm cutting it off. I'm cutting it smooth off my television.
But I will say this. It's great. Congratulations. I'm happy that he is in AEW. It was a great debut. The one thing I loved about the debut was the whole grindhouse thing. Man, people need. Speaking of that whole, this is our feature presentation. Let's talk about Darby Allin real quick.
Hey,
when it comes to that production,
hook that man up.
When it comes to that production and them vignettes, man, he's good.
What did Darby have to do with that?
He did that whole spiel, the whole our feature presentation, and Edge getting into the car and doing it. That's him. That was his production.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, but most of them that he does himself, that's him doing that. That whole thing when him and Steen were going against Hobbs and all them in that whole whatever the theatrical match that they had when they was like in a warehouse, that's him.
Oh.
Yeah, he definitely has a keen eye for presentation. And I think that combined with Edge, because Edge is very much into controlling things, like his drawings, his ring attire, how he wants things set up. Like if he wants it a certain way, he's gonna bring like-minded creative people around him. I think Darby killed it because that intro was
It was good.
fire. And
I think people didn't really know until he went over that rated R.
Yeah.
And then that's when they
I caught that at the very last second. I was like, this, all right. Here come AEW.
I kind of caught it when I saw it from the back. I saw a little bit of his hair because I know he's rocking the mohawk joints. So I was like, all right,
I didn't know what was gonna happen when it first happened. I would get ready to cut it off, and then that joint showed up, and I was just like, okay, what's going on here? And then I saw the rated R. I was like, oh,
okay. Yeah.
And then it's
Man, it was on after that.
That crowd was lit. Like,
yeah, they were.
That was on
they were,
fire.
Man.
I certainly would have been if I was there. You know what I'm saying?
But it's also the sheer fact that Christian really held his true emotions in, because your best friend decided to come wrestle in the company and let y'all's last stint be together. Like, bro, that is very emotional. And you sitting there, like, you just over there, like, but you want to water up. Like, I'm like, dead cats. Just think about it so I don't cry. Just like, Lord Jesus, my best friend's here, y'all.
Yeah,
but you caught the moment.
He held on to that heel persona really well.
Yeah, he did.
I wasn't mad at it. They probably had a whole bunch of drinks that night.
Congrats to Adam Copeland. Congrats to AEW for the acquisition. You know what I mean? As far as the event itself, Wrestle Dream, I thought it was great. I thought that match of the night for me was, of course, Bryan Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh yeah.
Now I don't know what I was expecting from that match, but I don't know if I got it. Like,
were you expecting a knockout, drag out, slobber knocker, blood, guts,
a little
stabbing?
Well, maybe not.
Hold on.
Like, I knew it was going to be a technical masterpiece, like people call it, but I'm not really familiar with Zack Sabre Jr. because I don't have that much access to.
Man, just YouTube him one day, man, and you're going to understand why he is who he is.
Well, I mean,
and why that match?
When, what the boy name is, Brian Bryanson was calling him out. Like, I knew enough to say, like, oh, it's going to be, good. But it's just like I was watching it, and I'm not saying it was bad by any stretch of the imagination. I don't want to give you that, but it was just like I was, maybe I'm jaded or something. Just been a wrestling fan too long. I was just like, it was great, but it wasn't. Oh.
Well, you have to get used to somebody's style. Like we all study like different individuals, like especially like key matchups. Mm-hmm. Like if you've seen. Or if you studied Bryan Danielson throughout his years, throughout the indies, and on these different scenes as far as, major time promotions, like you studied his style over the years, so you know what he's like, but then you know what he's added, what he's taken away. And, when you study even more people, it's like, all right, well, dang, I think their styles would really like mesh well together. Well, either they're gonna, I don't know about that, they're gonna clash. But they clashed and bashed and did a great job. That match.
You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't mad at it at all. I was into it. I was watching. I was like, yeah. But like, I guess I was waiting for somebody to bleed because it's AEW and nobody bleed.
No, they're not going to bleed. This ain't Moxley, man. They're not going to bleed, bro. This is a technical masterpiece. You know what I mean?
I might go back and watch it again.
And I hope they get a rematch, and I hope the rematch takes place in New Japan. To be honest,
what about Wrestle Kingdom?
That would, for sure. Wrestle Kingdom.
That would definitely slap.
Yeah, Wrestle Kingdom. Yeah, I can see that happening.
So, to our #real fans, to my brothers in arms right here, just want to let everybody know, as y'all can tell, I'm not in my dwelling. You don't see no championships behind me. A very near and dear person to my heart has been in hospice for the last couple of weeks. Basically, my brother-in-law and he just passed. So I'm going to step out. Y'all know I'm here with y'all in spirit. I love y'all boys. To our real fans, we love and truly cherish the support and the love that you guys have shown us since we started this journey. But if you got somebody you love, just reach out and let them know. Tell them you love them. We talk daily. These are my brothers, and I love y'all boys.
You too, bro.
I hate that I'm not going to be
brother.
here for the rest of this episode because I had so much to talk about. Pro Wrestling Tee is the fact that Prince Nana shirt is $29.99 plus shipping and plus any additional customizations to the shirt. Quality is ridiculous. But I'm still gonna buy it. I might have to Klarna it or zip it or Sezzle or whatever. Look, hey, quality something. I'm gonna get it, but I'm just not gonna give y'all all $40 at once.
Hey man, don't be saying that on here, bro. They gonna take it away.
I am gonna say this and make this point before I leave. You fickle fans, y'all want WWE to treat it like a war until they treat it like a war. Edge's debut match on AEW got moved to a Tuesday, NXT's night, for baseball. Y'all could have chose any other night. Y'all could have took a week off. Y'all came to NXT's night. And y'all have Edge. Cool. But all these crybabies mad that Cena, Heyman, Asuka, and Becky are coming. I don't want to hear nothing because, oh, well, it's a war. But now the WWE is giving AEW the respect of, hey, y'all gonna put y'all best foot forward, so let us counteract it. And now y'all complaining and crying and moaning. Cut it out. You wanted a war. You got one. You won the Wednesday Night Wars. But y'all just lost in the ratings last night. This week. Y'all lost to NXT with Trick Williams and Dom main eventing. What do you think's gonna happen with Carmelo Hayes versus Braun Breaker with John Cena and Paul Heyman as a main event? Another fickle fan section that I gotta get on real quick. Why'd they give the belt to Trick Williams if they were just gonna take it away?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It progresses two stories. It progresses the Trick and Melo story, which, like Melo just said Tuesday night, winning the belt's one thing. Defending it and keeping it is another thing. And what happened? That's gonna come up. That's something that's gonna be brought back up.
3 storylines, actually.
Okay, yeah, hold on, because give me the third one too. Judgment Day. What did mommy tell Dom? Don't come home empty-handed. It took 5 people to beat Trick. Trick didn't lose clean. He didn't get squashed. He didn't get buried, as you people love to say. It took 5 people to beat him.
And then you can further it with Dom and Dragon Lee.
Oh yeah, because that's coming back up.
But shoot, then that's 4, because then you could do them both getting called up and joining Bobby Lashley and Street Business.
Listen here, because it ain't. The Street Profit Hurt Business 2.0 needs to hurry up. Let some stuff breathe. Like, I'm stressed. I'm aggravated, so I'm gonna step away.
What? You know, hold on. Before you step away, hey, and for the folks that sit here and say they don't hate AEW, but everything you say is negative about AEW.
Everything you got to say is negative. Everything. You're mad about Edge. I don't understand how people are saying that AEW is not entertaining, but Toni Storm put on a masterclass in entertainment last night by herself.
I'm telling you.
Hey,
that girl is in her bag right now.
Hey, we'll be back to you after our sponsors.
What's deeper than a bag? She is in her suitcase right now.
She's on Marilyn Monroe, okay?
Dog, and it's wild because everybody was like, oh, well, now that she's not an outcast, she's not gonna matter. She matters more than Saraya and the AEW Women's title at this point right now.
Ever could.
I swear, because I care about Toni Storm more than Saraya.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if she'd take the belt back off of her.
Hey, because it ain't been going nowhere.
Not a now, not a nowhere. Not a now, not a nowhere. And let it fly.
And let it fly.
Because I'm sorry. Toni Storm might have been the most entertaining women's segment all week.
Yeah.
And let me
and a message from our sponsors.
I mean,
but
I'm sorry.
Let me ask this question real quick.
Go ahead, Sue.
Is Toni Storm the only other character? Timeless Toni Storm is the only other character that AEW has had, because my first one was the dentist. Now, I mean, she's actually a dentist. That was her character. Another
belt collector.
Yeah.
That was an actual character. Kenny Omega when he was the belt
I meant women. I'm sorry.
Women?
Oh, women? Oh yeah, absolutely. DMD and now Toni Storm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not a question.
She's supposed to ride that to the belt.
Homegrown, baby.
Okay, wait.
Serena Deeb.
I was gonna ask Thunder Rosa.
The teacher?
No.
But was she? No.
Thunder Rosa was just Thunder Rosa.
So Jade was just Jade?
Yes.
No, Jade had that character.
I feel like Jade had a character.
Jade, yeah.
Okay, so what was Jade's character? The Demolisher?
Like the Amazon, the Greek goddess, like she would come.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like that was her.
Okay, I
nice.
take it back. I take it back. So the badass Greek goddess. That
You know what I mean? Because it was like, and now
her
more
promos
interviews
too.
and more interviews are unleashing with her saying, "I want to walk runways. I want to model for Fenty," while she was still TBS champion. Like. She was a kid. She had a character. It was just because she was such a dominating. That's like Goldberg. Goldberg's character was the dominating monster. That was his character, though.
Okay.
Jade was pretty much in essence the same. So we'll say 3. We'll give DMD. I'll give you Serena Deeb too. We'll go DMD, Serena Deeb.
Well, what was Serena Deeb?
She was like the.
She was a teacher or something.
In other words, she was. Hey, if I'm the measuring stick, if you think you're good,
who's? I'm trying to think of a stretch for a wrestler where they were like the litmus test, but that was their character. Like we knew Chris Benoit was prime example. WrestleMania 23, Benoit and MVP. That was MVP's coming out party. That was his first. Oh wow, this guy can actually wrestle, and it took a Benoit to get that from him. But so that's like a Serena Deeb kind of thing. She was
the rabbit wolf.
There, we've seen it in history, but I can't think of anybody right now, name wise, who was like okay, if that person's coming out to wrestle you, this was your like Goldberg and William Regal. Like that wasn't Regal's character at the time, but that was what Serena Deeb was basically giving everybody. Like if Christian was saying outwork everyone, she was out there trying to out wrestle everyone.
You think Miz could be put in that category?
Who?
Miz.
Oh yeah, no. So you know what? Miz wears 2 different hats. Miz is the litmus test for your superstar appeal promo ability. But also, if you were put in a position with Miz and you're in there with the celebrity, because let's not forget, if Damian Priest does not help Bad Bunny deliver the way he does, he's not Senor Money in the Bank right now.
Yeah,
he's not.
But being in there with Miz in that tag team match started it. Logan Paul started it. The tag team matches with that's what Miz does best.
And we know it'll never be an effect of where Miz is future endeavored.
No, you know what? Let's not say never. I'm gonna say this though. I don't see a route where Miz gets future endeavored, but we're never gonna say never, because I'm gonna be honest, I never thought Dolph Ziggler would be future endeavored. I thought his contract would end and he'd just walk away, but they actually endeavored him. I don't see it. Go ahead.
Because I'm a Miz guy. Miz is one of my favorites.
Absolutely.
Off of all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like coming from the real world, all that stuff.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
I feel the worst case scenario for me is Titus O'Neil becoming a brand ambassador for the
That's
rest of his days.
worst case, and
Yeah,
that's not a
that's what I'm
bad
saying.
thing.
Like, so I will personally, this does not reflect the rest of these people in the Beyond the Veil podcast. This is Miz 211, 211 alone. Miz will never be Endeavor.
The only person I'm willing to put
Ambassador,
the only person I'm willing to put that hat on, there's only one person. There's only one
Cena?
person on that roster. So I'm sorry too. But you know, with Cena, Cena's a given. Cena is in a tier class of his own.
Roman,
Damn, 3. Okay, 3 people.
Bianca.
I don't see there a possibility anywhere that Randy Orton will ever be future Endeavor. They changed the drug policy for this dude so that they didn't have to fire him. Randy's never,
Yeah.
because that third strike was there, and they were like, well,
Especially after that accident.
Well, if you've gone more than a year without a strike, then we'll just erase one. What?
Yeah.
When
So,
did that hurt?
but I don't think, so I'm going to go Roman, Cena, Randy. Those are 3 names that you'll never see on the future Endeavored list.
Bianca.
So it's weird.
John Cena's name, so he can't go no way he wanted.
Yeah, they own his name. I want to say Bianca, but I'll say this.
Need a couple
Bianca is one of those names that I could see being like an Edge, where you get to the end of her career and there's nothing left, but she's like,
not future Endeavor. She just
kind of goes
exactly.
Yeah. Like I don't think they'll ever fire her, but I could see her and Rhea. I could see both of them doing the Edge thing where, hey, Charlotte, like with Mickie James. Because I'm gonna be honest, I
thought Mickie James was gonna be a lifer. Honestly.
Lifer. I thought she held more lifer appeal than a Trish or a Lita, just because she could still go. But now we've seen that Trish can still go. Lita, it's crazy that you told me in 2023, Lita is probably the most beaten up and worst in ring out of that generation of divas. Like, I would have thought she would still be going at this age if she wanted to, but she doesn't need to wrestle anymore.
Lita may have gotten by with like a body.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Lita's best served in tag matches.
Ring, you know what I'm saying? But, Trish came back, had a solid run. Mickie came back, had a solid run.
But it took Trish a minute to get into the rope.
Like, yeah, I used to wrestle.
It did. I mean, but to be fair, when you have 10 years off and you're at the age where she is, that's to be expected.
True. I give it that. Ciampa about
you know what I mean? Like, she's mid-40s. She's had 10 years off. I don't expect her to come in like, bro.
You said you caught that?
I did.
Like, bro.
I was about to say something.
Hey,
like, because he's like,
you didn't catch me? I said Ciampa.
I did. Yeah. You said what?
I said Tommaso about to come out.
Oh, it was.
You don't hear it?
No, I said Tommaso chop like he's about to actually walk in the room because it was like.
Oh, you're stupid. No, I thought you meant the Blackheart. No, I thought you meant the Blackheart was about to come out because I'm like, bro.
No.
Because he's like, no, because he's doing this. He's like, hey.
Look, just smiling as he going about it.
Hey.
Hi. Like, sir.
I heard this for the last 2 hours, and now it's like.
It's a phantom sound in my house now.
Okay.
Because I'm just like.
No. I mean, y'all already. But you know what? And I'm going to say this. That is probably the one thing that I can say COVID ruined for me.
What?
I still have yet to see Tommaso Ciampa's heartbeat theme entrance live. Because when I saw him on Raw and on Main Event, they changed his theme already. I have not seen No One Will Survive live.
So we're gonna have
because
to go
COVID
to the Raw show then.
Because COVID happened and the main event here was supposed to be Ciampa versus Cole for the NXT title, and then COVID happened.
Well, speaking of that, my man had a shot at the United States Ooh, Lord. The Intercontinental Championship.
The only reason Carlito Cannon is not wearing his custom DIY shirt is because I wanted to salute my brother tonight and let my brother know I love him and rock my Project Rock. I went on a Attitude Era dark hole yesterday on YouTube, and it was a bunch of rock moments. Like, it was just nothing but Dwayne moments. So I was like, well, I'm gonna put my Project Rock on. Hashtag DIY is back. And for anybody who does not understand what that means, I have a DIY tattoo.
Sir,
That is literally the skull and the Johnny Gargano face thingy. Bro, that's that sexy chocolate skin, you know.
It's a little dark. There we go.
Actually, he said that sexy chocolate skin.
That chocolate. I have a DI, like Ciampa and Gargano have literally like put hands on my tattoo. Like, that's dope. They're my all-time favorite tag team on the planet. I've been a Tommaso Ciampa fan since 2011 when he was at Honor Take Stage in Atlanta, and I rock with Johnny Gargano since he was in Ronin. And if you don't know what Ronin is,
look it up.
Don't go look it up. No, don't go look it up, because then you'll end up in a dark, deep rabbit hole of Johnny Gargano matches that blow a lot of the stuff that we've seen out of the water.
Dang, not the.
I absolutely hate that he came back to that terrible remix of Rebel Heart, because that's why the initial pop was nothing, because they were like, what is that?
Like, what is that? Yeah.
What is that?
It's been like that ever since. It's been like that ever since, bro.
Like, why I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand Def Rebel is not, but there's certain themes that don't need to change. And Rebel Heart was one of them. Just like with No One Will Survive. I'm glad they brought that back. But DIY is back. Nobody can tell me anything. I don't care about anything else that happens on Raw. They need to win the tag titles. They need to go on an unprecedented run. We need another split, and we need Tommaso Ciampa to go super duper Blackheart psycho killer Tommaso Ciampa, and Johnny Gargano needs to become Mr. John Cena, kick out at 2 of every finisher in existence again, so y'all can see how amazing black and gold takeovers used to be. Because
I think that's the only way you make it relevant, because everybody has been saying that, oh, this run of Ciampa has been not relevant. Neither relevant. Johnny has been non-existent, and the main, I would say would you call it casuals? Because I know the casual fans do not know.
They don't care
what happened in NXT.
They don't care. They don't know. There's no, like, if you're not someone who watched Black and Gold NXT, just watching video packages will not help you understand Black and Gold NXT Ciampa Gargano. Like, you can't see the rivalry, the friendship, the brotherhood that they created. If a show goes off and there's a logo in the corner, you like this. I'm sorry. I know we've seen a lot of them, but there's only one thing that my mind goes back to anytime I see a logo in a corner after a show ends. To this day, I still have not gone back and watched the ending of TakeOver when Ciampa turned on Gargano. I've only seen it one time my entire life.
And that's maybe like
because it hurt me that much.
Yeah, I know it did.
Like Black, you can attest. You remember when we met DIY, the thug tier was almost there. I held it together. It was almost there. I still have not watched the turn again. But I don't think I ever will either. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to be mature and grown enough to watch that and not be upset.
Like, you can't watch WrestleMania 17?
So it's weird. I can't watch WrestleMania 17 because realistically, it's the greatest wrestling show I've ever been to live. How do I top that feeling being there live? Like y'all have been to shows.
So you don't want to watch it just to watch it? You just want to watch it to feel the...
Because there's been a lot of shows that I've tried to go back and watch and don't feel it the same way I felt it when I was there. Like SummerSlam. When we went to SummerSlam 2 years ago, I went back and watched it. It's dope, but I'm going to be honest. The whole time I'm watching the show, I'm looking for us.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, that was me too.
That's what I do.
That's the whole time. Because I had people texting me like, hey, throw me up a 2 Sweet. and I'm looking for the minute marker where I thought I'm more interested in us than I am the show. I don't want to be like that with WrestleMania 17 because that's hailed as the greatest WrestleMania of all time. Like,
that's debatable.
Hey, sir, wait a minute.
Don't even say anything.
Do it.
Don't say anything.
Those of y'all who rock with the Beyond the Bell podcast know exactly what I'm talking about. Rock with me.
Yeah.
So I've been giving the thumbs up to stay for a while, so we're gonna stay.
But go ahead.
You know what it is.
The match was. I'm sick of this. I'm the one over here going through something, and this dude gets the. I'm tired.
You missed it when you was on. He had the balloon.
New.
It's a light skin thing, TJ. It's a light skin thing, bro. It gotta be.
It doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me.
Stop. Trigger cut it.
What? See, look, yeah.
On this day,
I think he.
Hold on. This segment is called "Let's Try to Get the Balloon."
Oh my God! Whatever. Listen, if you're on Spotify, be glad because if you're on YouTube and you're seeing this, don't pull this episode up on YouTube.
Like Earth, Wind, and Fire video.
I'm telling you, I feel like Blue right now, and he's David Ruffin. Like I don't like this.
But I also I want to give a shout out to whoever the klutz was in production for USA Network to cut off the ending of what was about to happen.
Meet Me in the Middle is one of the best finishing moves of all time, and you're just like,
all I get
and
is
we're going.
Look, it's like, and on the next episode, like, what the
Chucky?
I just feel like we should blame somebody. I'm gonna blame Shane.
Okay, I'm with you. And it's funny though because the crowd response during the finish and the hug after was phenomenal, and we don't get it.
Oh wait, is the footage out there? What happened?
Yes, the footage. The footage is on. I'll send it to you. And it's amazing.
It's the WWE Network exclusive footage.
Yeah,
it
shouldn't
have to be. I haven't seen it, but I haven't seen it.
I loved. How'd y'all feel about the opening segment with Rhea and going after Nia? And I loved it, but we called it. Nia gives you the sense that she is one of those that could dethrone Rhea. So it's like now you're like, hey, I care about the run. Like, have a good night. Thank you so much.
They should be getting here shortly.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right. God bless. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Oh, see, we've been here so long. The hospice nurses and like the shift changes, they know all of us. So they're like,
ain't that such a beautiful feeling though?
It is.
Like when I was in the hospital, it was just like oh snap, I remember.
I know, I remember you. Like we'll be downstairs in the cafeteria, and they're like, "Hey," and I'm like,
"Yeah,
hey, I ain't seen you in like 2 days. Why are you so excited?" Yeah, but it feels good that you get the sense that people care.
No,
like I said earlier,
like I had, I had my transplant and everything. There was one nurse. Her name was Sarah. Like she took care of me.
There's a Sarah at every hospital.
That's what I'm saying. And then fast forward a couple years, Brock Lesnar gives me diverticulitis, and Sarah popped in the joint, and I was like, "Oh snap!"
Wait, time out. Like, so first of all, I just want you to never say that another man gave you a disease because it doesn't sound good. Yeah, it was like a super pause because okay, let's just say someone doesn't know. Ron, I'm gonna stop. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of it. It's like it's like, hey, thank you. It's like, hey, if someone's listening to us for the first time and you're saying that Brock Lesnar gave you diverticulitis and you're in the hospital and a nurse is talking to you, if they don't know what diverticulitis is, it don't sound too good on your part, bro.
That's the word of the day.
Word of the day.
Chlamydia. They're probably thinking it's chlamydia.
I mean,
no, that doesn't sound anything like. No,
it doesn't.
But it doesn't. But nobody that knows what diverticulitis is going to think that it's going to be a transmitted
dog. If he walks,
no one will. Sir.
I'm sorry, y'all know I love that song.
Hey, look, just set the camera up so we can see your body slam.
No, I'm telling you, because I'm gonna hit him with a fairy tale ending. Like,
it was only because of you that I know who Tommaso Ciampa is.
Yeah.
Why do you keep looking?
because he keeps walking. So like now, it's not even laps. It's just like back and forths.
But hey, I'm about to say he's just going around in circles. And look, every time he walk by, he's like this.
No, like for real. Every time I look, he like. Anyway, back to what we was talking about. The match was great. It was a standard Gunta match, but standard Gunta matches are not typical wrestling matches. They're phenomenal main events.
Right.
Him and Ciampa, and I love that they talked about Ciampa's history with Gunta at Stand and Deliver.
Oh yeah.
Cole has just been on fire lately.
Oh,
and it's crazy
he gave
because
a shout out to Carmelo. I mean, no,
Yeah.
not Carmelo. He gave it to Trick.
to Trick.
And
It's
all
weird.
Ilya.
It's weird because it's like I thought that when Pat stopped showing up and Cole, I thought Cole would go back to the lethargic, just kind of, but no, he's still catapulting upward.
And Wade
Uh,
beside
I'm
him
one
up,
of
too.
one, but Cole has always been my 1A goat.
Really?
Yeah, he's always been my 1A goat because
Um,
I wanted to be a commentator coming up. You know what I'm saying? And the one call I will never forget when Mankind won the belt for the first time and Michael Cole was just like, he's achieved the dream and the dream of everyone else who's been told you can't do it. That's one of my favorite calls. I watched that, the thug tier almost show up and everything. Like he's always been my 1A goat behind Jim Ross, obviously. You know what I'm saying?
so he's 1B. So he's 1B then.
Oh,
If
I go
Jim
1A.
Ross is 1A. Yeah. Oh, so if you split it, it's like 1A, 1B.
Or is it
No, I get
one
what you're saying.
AA and 1A?
No, because if it's AA,
it was
then that's a
one,
lot.
And then 1A. Then 2.
Oh, so that's how you do it. Okay. Well, hey,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. I will say that I feel you on two different fronts. My GOAT will always be Tony Schiavone. I'm a WCW guy. Y'all know I'm Mr. WCW. It is what it is. And Sting will always resonate here. But talking about famous calls that you never forget, the Kofi Mania completion and Byron Saxton, no matter where you are, no matter who you're, no matter what you do, and I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't the Thug Tier almost came. The Thug Tier hit because it was like, I remember the week before when they were on SmackDown, all the wrestlers and Byron were tapping the mat. And then he wins it, and I got chills thinking about it. That call will go down in history as one of the most emotional calls, and I'm glad it was Byron because it was like, up until that point, there was nothing anyone was ever going to remember Byron Saxton for, other than being clean. Like, he's a dope dresser.
That's what I was
But that gave him his announcing moment. And it was just great because it was like in that moment, they could have given that to Cole and it wouldn't have, the tone wouldn't have been it because it wouldn't have hit the same for us.
Tom, whatever his name was, he was on that match. Tom,
what's my man's name? I don't know why I keep wanting to say Tom
You
Pritchard.
talking
That's
about
not
the
what it
Toms?
is.
Tom Hiddleston. No, that's what.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah, one of the Toms.
Yeah, one of the Toms. Tom and Jerry.
You know who I'm talking about.
Tom.
Yeah, Tom. He was on that.
Historian, look up his name.
Yeah, Tom.
Yeah, historian. You got to look up his name because we don't care. We
care less about Tom.
It's gonna bug me now.
Jeffrey.
But the match was great. I hope that they stop the teases with Giovanni.
They gotta stop it.
Like, why is Imperium not being presented as dominating as Judgment Day?
Yeah. Why are they not being perfect and they're showing imperfect? They're showing very much a lot of imperfection.
Yeah. But it's all. But you know what though, and it's funny, and that's what I was gonna say before we got the call. I do want to. I'm gonna go back for a second, but it'll segue into it. The fumbles that AEW made early, they have started to fix because remember, Tully Blanchard Enterprises was Brian Cage and the Embassy, and who was the fourth man?
That really small.
So Brian Cage, the two dudes. I thought it was just them three.
I think it might have been just those three.
Yeah.
And then you start to get the incarnation of Mogul Empire with Swerve and Mr. Tattoo and Brock Lesnar Jr. And then we get where we are now
Yeah.
with the Mogul Embassy, and you get Swerve with the Embassy and Brian Cage and Prince. No. But a lot of the things and the missteps that were there early that kind of could have hurt, they're starting to try to fix. Like, don't get me wrong, cutting Wardlow's hair was stupid.
Very.
It was stupid.
It looked like he is a part of Red Dead Redemption too.
He does.
What is
Stopping his push mid-reign, then putting the belt on him, and then stopping his put. Like, there's a lot of stupid stuff that's happening, but hopefully this stretch we're about to enter with him, because apparently there are like 5 or 6 major contracts coming to an end in 2 months. And
real quick, I still need justice for Powerhouse Hobbs behind Wardlow dumbing behind when they gave him the TNT belt and then just unceremoniously took it off him.
Just took it off him. Unceremoniously. But that's also the thing, though, and that's why I'm glad he's being featured with the Don Callis family now. Because as we see with Don Callis, if you have something to do with him, you get TV time. Yeah. I don't know what stroke he got backstage, but everybody that's aligned with him gets solid TV timing and programming, and you're guaranteed to work with the elite as long as he's in the picture. So now Hobbs working with Takeshita against Omega, you're gonna get a Bucks interaction. T, you made a very valid point. If you guys are members of Wrestling's Real Fan Chop Shop, they are doing way too much with the Bucks. Like, they're trios champs. Nick was in a match for the International Championship, and they have an AEW Tag Team title match opportunity at any time.
I didn't like that.
That's a lot. I don't like
that. You can input a women's match in there. I'm sorry. I gotta go in. I gotta go in for the women, man. Yo,
and even if you don't, I'm gonna say this. Why didn't the Guns win that match? The Guns should have won that match.
You build them up to throw it down to the Young Bucks.
A few weeks ago, we talked about how much wrestling is on TV. It's a part-time job.
Mm-hmm.
We made the argument for more wrestling because there's so many people that you don't see. So when I see the Bucks having an AEW championship match, a tag team match, one of the Bucks having a international match, the other one having the ROH trios belt, there's too much roster for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's too much roster for that. And we can't even make an argument for less wrestling to be on TV.
Nope.
The same 6 people is occupying all 12 hours that we watch.
We did this to ourselves, but at the same time, this is what we asked for, but not how we asked for it.
Right.
There's way too much Young Bucks on my television weekly. There's no reason why they're the Ring of Honor Trios champions.
No reason.
There's no, because especially if you're gonna get a World Tag Team title shot, and then one of them is wrestling, and then it's not even the solo guy who's wrestling for the International Championship. It's a member of a tag. That just rubs me the wrong way.
And they should have never, like you said, they should have never won the 4-way.
No. That was the gun.
I've seen enough of FTR and Young Bucks.
Enough. And you know what? I would have been fine with Orange Cassidy and Hook. I want the Guns to get the tag team title push they're rightly deserved, because if we're talking about homegrown guys who have developed leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
The Guns are arguably the best homegrown AEW tag team in the entire company, which sucks because I'm going to say this. I know they're not homegrown because they were House of Glory tag champs, but I still hate that Private Party. Y'all put the Bucks out of the AEW tag team title tournament and nothing came from it. and then you align them with Matt Hardy, and you have the Hardy Party, and then you announce the Trios champions. I was like, well, there you go. And they don't even sniff those belts.
Nope.
Ethan Page, what's Ethan? Ethan Page could have got an international championship title shot just now.
Yeah.
Well, I think they're just throwing things together just so
he's on Ring of Honor doing nothing. And when I say nothing, he's not even wrestling on the show. He's wrestling in the dark matches for Ring of Honor. Like, that's ridiculous. Go back to Impact, reform North with the future Impact World Heavyweight Champion Josh Alexander, the walking weapon. My man is back. I'm calling his shot. He's going to win that strap. And if he wins against Alex Shelley, his next match is against Will Ospreay.
That's going to be crazy.
Give me what I want.
Take all my money.
Take all my money.
Yeah.
Josh Alexander versus Will Ospreay.
Impact ain't playing.
Impact not playing around. But this is why I wish they would have just merged with Ring of Honor and gotten Ring of Honor production to go with their storylines and quality. Because I'm sorry, watching Impact is a chore. Being invested in their characters and everything is amazing. But watching their stuff is a chore.
It is. It's already a chore with us going back and forth.
So. The girl name is Jordan Grace tried to get me to buy it for like $1. I was like,
you talking about mini Maple Leaf Muscle?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she is. Oh wait, yeah, you haven't seen her in person yet, have you?
No.
You haven't seen who?
Jordan Grace.
Grace. Yeah. We saw her at WrestleCade next to her man, and they were both like 3'8".
She was at the one that I went to.
They little.
I'm sorry, not WrestleCade. I'm sorry, Starrcade.
Starrcade.
I can't believe he's that short. Like, no disrespect, but I can't believe he's that small. Like, he stood up out of his chair and he was almost taller sitting down. Like,
am I taller?
Like he's one of those dudes. Like when you go to the bar and you see dudes hop up in the bar stool and their legs swing. That's how short he is.
That's that dude.
He is big as Kevin Hart.
I think Kevin Hart might be taller.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like not even joking.
So you're trying to say that he's Hornswoggle?
Basically,
he's not that short.
Is he Lil Boogie? Y'all remember Lil Boogie? Let me stop talking about that man before you show up at my door.
Is he a chicken nugget? Okay.
He's Corey from That's So Raven.
Oh my god.
Like,
or is he Jordan from the Bernie Mac show?
Jordan might have been a little taller.
Was he Corey from
Corey? Stop lying to me, bro.
Bro, so he wasn't at the table when you came. When I tell you that when we walked by and they were side by side, it was like,
yeah.
Hello, mama. Come say hello to our audience. She's so beautiful. Come, I'm going to introduce my mother-in-law. She is one of the most beautiful spirits and people on the planet. This is my mommy.
Hi, Mommy.
Say hey, fellas. Yeah.
How my baby's doing? I know everybody in this picture.
See, her babies, we're her children. Like, she's a part of the crew. Like, we gotta get her.
Y'all know I adopted all of y'all last Thanksgiving.
We're gonna get her a Beyond the Bell sweater made. I don't know when. We'll get her a sweater or a shawl.
They can't say nothing but moms. They can't say nothing but moms on it.
That's it, moms. That's it.
Yeah, well, I love you guys. I told myself the first time we just had a good time together. And that's about a week ago. We're gonna have another good time together.
We are. They coming up.
Oh, you guys gonna be there for Thanksgiving? Oh yeah, and Picky in the bottom on the right side down there.
What?
Oh, she's talking about the picky eater.
Picky at the bottom.
That's you.
You know I'm talking about you, youngin.
Yeah, that's
tell me what you got to tell me what you like and what you don't like. So we sort of get you right. Now see my other two babies, they were happy. They just eat. They were happy. I want this mama. This is good. I'll take that.
Give me the ham, some biscuits, the macaroni and cheese.
I hear you.
Hey, bro, hold on. Groceries high. You might not can get you. I don't know if you can get none of my macaroni.
You got food stamps.
Look, listen, wait, man. This inflation, somebody got it.
Look, dude,
you see the rub. Like, I love the
shout out to my sister.
Hey, tell sis she invited too, but she got to bring. I need like 6 cheeses, like 5 boxes of noodles, and like 2 pans, and we can rock. We'll get the rest. We'll get everything else.
As long as it's stove top, then it's good.
Wait, did you say stovetop?
That's what he said.
No, that's no.
Who says?
Sure, yo, light skinned child said stovetop.
Well, I know you know better because I'll get a hold of your little butt. Because I know you know we cook everything from scratch. It's all right season, all right stuff.
Yes, we do.
Yes,
I know
about to get a whole spanking.
Nah, I love the bag. I was just playing.
Anybody come to my house and go to sleep tomorrow, I got a rest for a little bit. Now I want something.
Oh, he did show. You sure did come and take a nap.
He know he was at home, ain't that right, baby?
Yeah. Oh yes, I sure did. Look, I just need some of that wine. What's a little?
Get out. No, bye, mama.
Yeah.
He won't. No.
That right?
No.
Hey, sweetheart, I got you. I love all of y'all. Y'all take care.
All of
them, you got yours too. He don't want to share. You see, he don't want to share.
Yeah, he's stingy.
Yeah, I told you.
Thank you, Mom. We love you.
You're welcome. Y'all take care, babies. I love y'all.
You do the same. Love you.
All right, now, thank you.
All right, darling.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some.
Yeah. The funeral we'll be going in
a
little bit.
We'll be ready.
That was the family version of the Beyond the Bell podcast.
That was the fam. That was the.
Once a
we'll
quarter,
be right back after these sponsors. That was the sponsor.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some.
Next up is my heathen ass daddy. No, I'm kidding.
Oh Lord, listen. If we get HAD on here, that's gonna be wild.
Yeah, if we get
podcast.
Because if we get my dad on here, it'll be the first time he's been back in my life since he went to go pick up some milk. Man, that's crazy.
Oh my God. Don't tell Christian that, man. Don't tell Christian.
Hey, I'll tell him that gladly. Hey, look, have at it.
I don't know how you felt about it, man.
Have at it, brother.
She
wow.
Wow.
But
me.
Picky.
Me. I needed
you. But you got to do better.
No.
No.
Let me out.
Oh, you gotta let him out. Yeah, you gotta let him out.
I guess I gotta let you out. Don't come back either.
Yeah, let him out.
Look.
All right.
But bro, I think we tapped on everything. Look, light skin in the building. Look. Light. On this day. Look, it's not happening this time, so I guess I did it too much tonight.
No, man.
I think, bro, I really don't think there's anything else that happened this week besides.
I think on our next episode, man, we just need to go ahead and kind of do a little bit of recapping. What you think?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
We need to do a little recapping.
It's gonna be a major recap next week.
Major recap next week.
Yeah, because then we got SmackDown tomorrow.
We ain't gonna go into everything, but Wrestle Dream was a good show. Raw was very good. NXT was very good. So everybody kind of, everybody did well this week.
Yeah,
in regards to their own, own events or whatnot. But we got plenty more coming down the road, and
we got Fastlane this weekend. We got Fastlane Saturday.
Yeah, Fastlane Saturday, and then of course next week the big, Title Tuesday, NXT all on Tuesday. Kind of a little, a throwback, if you will, with the Monday Night Wars that we used to have. Because everybody's gonna be flipping back and forth. Who's going to show up first? Who's going to be last? You know what I'm saying? So we got that going for next week.
Everybody gonna be locked in. Everybody gonna be tuned in. I know us at Beyond the Bell podcast, we definitely gonna be checking in, tapping in. I don't think there's been anything sports wise that's happened. I would say my Broncos have avenged themselves. I would say that
they did. They was on their way, but they made a comeback. Hopefully, we can do the same tonight against these Bears. But the way it's looking, and I don't think that's going to happen.
Look, we're gonna pray. We're gonna pray for your.
I'm gonna blame it on the short week.
No, because see, what people don't understand, and then on top of that, Dick Buckus died today. So,
oh yeah.
Look here, Dick. Do y'all know how Dick Buckus came into my life?
How did he come in your life?
Ooh, hold on. Oh, wait a minute.
Short-lived television show Hang Time.
Yeah,
NBC.
I remember.
That is how I was introduced to Dick Buckus. I was a grown man when I learned that Dick Buckus played football.
Yes.
Because I was like, this man, wait a minute. He was the coach for Deering High School.
He was.
For basketball.
Exactly.
And you mean to tell me he was a football legend? You'll never
Yes,
see that
he
kind
is.
of range again. I put that on
Football
Facebook.
legend. It was a couple football legends in prominent roles on TV. Hey, look at Bubba Smith, Police Academy.
Hey,
Yep.
Drew.
Who else?
So
Mike Dollar
we was
on
in the hall. We was in the hall listening and laughing for basketball. He was a coach for
making fun of my accent.
basketball.
Now you done already had the bean. You done already had that.
The bean.
Something. Shout out to the U.S. women's gymnast team and Miss Simone Biles.
Oh yeah.
For going from legend to icon. She now has a move named after her, and she is the most decorated women's gymnast ever.
Now I knew that part, but not the name of the move.
She pulled off the double. I didn't know how to pronounce it, but they changed the name of the move because she became the first woman to ever pull it off to the Simone Biles. That is the official name of the move.
Wow.
Like, at what point? You know what I'm like? At what point? You know,
wow.
that is. She's Usain Bolt level. Like, I know if you get one more thing on your screen that we can't get, I'm. Biggie. Black, you kill me with the thumbs, bro. I don't know, where did that start from, Black? I don't remember. Like that just kills me. I'm trying to think sports. Drew Holiday going to the Celtics, big move.
We saw
big move.
They're still gonna get bounced.
But this is what I feel about this though.
Take that trash off your head.
I ain't taking nothing off.
You took your defense away. Who's gonna play defense now?
Whatever.
Who's gonna play what?
Who's gonna play defense now?
On what team?
On the Celtics.
We're gonna find out when the season starts. 76.
Hold on. Marcus Smart gone, Grant Williams gone, and then you got rid of Robert Williams.
Damn. Oh yeah. Yeah, dog, that is right. Sheesh.
Look, we're gonna find out when the season starts. All right?
Drew gonna defend all five positions because you know Porzingis ain't playing defense.
They gonna be like James Harden.
Who is Tingus Pingus?
It's gonna be the James Harden effect. D, this is what they about to do.
I forgot about that, didn't
That's the heart. So apparently he is on his way to the Clippers. They have finally found a third team to get engaged in trade talks.
Who?
He is Harden.
James Harden going to the Clippers?
It's coming.
Oh my God! Nobody want to see that.
Nobody wants to see it, but I will say this. With
I'm really
the new rules, bro. I don't care. With the new rules in place, with the rules stating that, you know, you have to play a certain amount of games to be eligible for certain awards, that starts to mess with contract money, which hopefully means more guys are about to start playing 60 and 70 games.
I ain't seen Kawhi Leonard play since COVID.
Nah, for real.
Because he stay hurt.
For real. Bro. I ain't seen Kawhi play more than 20 games since he won that ring in Toronto. That was the last time I seen Kawhi on the court consistently.
That and then Paul got hurt, so then Paul's making a comeback.
When don't he?
Bro, I'm so upset because Paul George could have been something.
He should have been a Laker. I don't care what nobody. He should have been a Laker. It should have been Paul George over Russell Westbrook. Oh, absolutely. It should have been Buddy Hield over Russell Westbrook. There was a lot.
There's a lot of things that could have been.
There was a lot that happened there.
Black,
how do you feel about possibly getting rid of Softon?
Getting rid of who?
Softon. You know, there's nothing hard about his game at all.
Oh, you talking about James Simmons?
Because once they decided to stop giving him all those free throws and his scoring average dropped almost 10 points.
James Simmons.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, James Simmons. Yeah, him.
Well, let's see, because this will be Ben Simmons' first season actually playing opening night with the Nets.
Bro, nobody cares about Ben Simmons anymore. Nobody cares.
Don't say
do anything. No,
he's not a star.
Nobody cares about Ben Simmons.
My man's gonna be the star of that team. The dude that came from Phoenix. What's his name?
Oh, McCown.
Yeah, he's gonna be the star.
Yeah. Well, they're saying that Dame was open to going there. I don't know how that works, but I would have been willing to watch it.
Damon,
Shout
his
out
wife
to
just got divorced too, sadly.
yeah. So
all the ring he had, they say.
all the groupies are about to be in Milwaukee.
Oh yeah, it's about to be
Like it's about to be ugly. Shout out to
they break up.
what team was I about to say?
Miami
Shout
Heat.
out to Portland. Scoot Henderson apparently will have the Steph Curry green light to lead that offense now. So
shoot from 50 for nothing.
Yeah, just do whatever you want. Like that's his team now, and they're going to keep Robert Williams because apparently he's going to be a part of their youth movement. But this new look Blazers team, they're good for about 37 wins, but it's going to be entertaining.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
It'll be entertaining.
And we see
those 37 wins, 3 of them is on team.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe 3.
And Kevin is definitely no longer with the Houston Rockets.
Yeah, he's gone. He's out of the league. Nobody's going to sign him.
Yeah, and the league still has to go and do their whole spiel and collect the bargaining agreement stuff and all that. But yeah,
that's like what's his name? I'm surprised they let Bridges come back. Yeah, Charlotte. I'm surprised they let him come back.
I'm shocked.
Well, he pled no contest, and that was the charge that went through. So he was never found guilty of anything.
Yeah.
So, but it's just wild because at what point do we start to hold these guys responsible for their actions?
Well, I guess then it'll also come to the thing. So say like the situation with what's his name?
What sport?
Nah, he's not even a sport actor.
You talking about
which one? Because a lot is about an actor.
You talking about Stomp the Yard?
Jonathan Majors.
Creed
Columbus Short.
Creed 3.
Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors. Like
I said it like 4 times.
So has his stuff even gone to trial? Like he's not even
because his accuser fled the country. And you know what I'm saying?
So did he flee the country or did he pay her to leave just so this stuff can
we will never know.
Because he's dating Megan Good.
Megan Good.
Yeah.
Look, she said she was tired of the word she is for the streets again.
They say that's part of the plan, though. They say that's part of the plan because
the part of like the rebranding.
The lady who accused him was Caucasian, and so they just throw him with a black woman and just say, "No, he could never."
Yeah, but you already know that's how that works. When never mind, we're not gonna have that conversation.
Yeah,
we are not gonna touch that. We're not gonna touch that with a 10 away from that.
Hey, maybe until like season 2, maybe season 3.
That might be like season 6 when we got 5,000 listeners and nobody's gonna like not yet. That'll be that conversation.
Beyond BTB politics, okay?
Yeah.
That's Patreon.
Did we really miss anything? Like there was a lot that happened, but there wasn't. Like the Adam Copeland debut, Jade getting more shine, Brian Pillman Jr. coming. They're starting to really roll out.
I want to touch on something.
What's good?
What you want to touch on?
And if this can be for a later episode.
Is this a Kurt Angle promo moment? Like I'm a man that loves to play with little boys.
No, that's not right.
Hey, I don't think you could look. I never thought anybody could recover from that.
It's wild though because he delivered that.
Yeah.
So well. But okay, I'm sorry too. What you want to touch on?
No, I was going to touch on
pause.
Mello because
you know touch on Mello.
The real Chop Shop fans. Our homegirl Danielle, she had put up a post saying why did they give the belt to Trick away from him? And everybody who commented on that put some good points up there. I'm in the minority. I do not want a Trick Mello story. Like I get why there is one, but I don't want it because they got together.
Okay,
it was cool. They amicably split.
Okay.
Amicably.
Okay.
I gotta go do my thing.
Let them cook.
You do you. I gotta go do my thing.
Okay.
And you know what I'm saying? And then they turned it into beef for whatever reason. But my thing was they put the belt on him. I lost my voice in here, hollering, screaming behind that. And they took it away from him. I didn't like that because it was just like, now the Trick Mello story, if there has to be one, what's it for?
So with the win, I think that was more so to give Trick and his fans that feel good moment at a PLE.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? There,
Yeah.
if he would have won
Trick
it on a
movement.
random, if he would have won it on a random Tuesday night, it still would have been big. But to
No
do it
mercy.
at No Mercy, which the history, especially how they did the intro, we didn't
Intro
talk.
with the game
Oh,
hard.
that was
Pause.
it was pause. You can't say hard right when I'm kissing something. Like, come on, because they're gonna hear hard in my kiss on Spotify. Like, that's not okay.
Watch on YouTube, friends.
Watch YouTube. But no, seriously though, giving Trick that moment at a PLE lets you know that Sean sees him as a next up guy.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay? Because you're not gonna, like, how many people win it? Like, how many people win a title at a pay-per-view? And realistically, this is only his third PLE match?
PLE? Yeah.
Maybe like solo third match, maybe. That's a major dub for him, especially going over somebody like Dom, who is a draw, going over the Judgment Day. That's a major moment. Taking away now, all that does is increases Dom's heat. It increases Trick's sympathy as well, because people are like really upset about it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now when we get, because I don't think the Trick and Mello story is going to be a long-term story. I think this is how Mello gets called up. I think he puts Trick over and then gets called up. So now you're creating and establishing Trick as the guy to take Mello's place in the story, but he's also someone who has now had a taste of gold,
Right.
has main evented on NXT, has had a PLE win. You're utilizing Dom's heat, you're utilizing their secondary title to establish Trick. Because no matter how much whoop that Trick, get him, no matter how much the little things come, you have to figure out a way to let the casuals, let them know, hey, this guy right here, he's someone we see a future in. Only giving him wins or attaching him to Mello or whatever, that's cool, but that doesn't let the world know we see him as a premier player.
Right.
Getting a title win at a pay-per-view though,
Does.
hey, I ain't mad
Right.
at
Now, let me counter real quick.
Okay.
So Trick could have won. They could have had everything that happened up to Trick losing the belt would have stayed the same in my armchair fantasy booking.
Okay.
Because you could see it. Trick was just like, yo, I done this. I'm doing this. And Carmelo was just like, all right. You know what I'm saying? All right. You're getting a little too big for your britches. I've been there. Like,
winning it is not the same thing as keeping it.
Right. So Trick keeps the belt.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to me, that progresses the Trick Mello story, because now Mello can be like, you didn't got your little shine.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to tell you, keeping it is tougher than winning it. I'm going to show you.
Okay.
And then they have that match, the eventual match that's building. Mello wins the match, gets the North American belt. Just like I told you.
So it's weird, because at this point, a second North American title win does not do anything for Mello.
No, it's not needed. It's not needed. But
that's like if Wesley comes back and wins it. He's not gonna do what he did that first run.
No. But that's not what it's for. That's not what it's for. It's just to prove the point. It's like I told you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, keeping it is tougher than winning it.
But see, now you attach them at the hip, though. See, if somebody else beats Trick for the belt, Mello says that, it's just like, you sound like you hate him, but you're telling the truth. But if Mello's the one that does it, you attach them now. Now it's like, you can't do this without me.
The one to win the belt back, and then Mello goes off to the main roster and all that old stuff. That's where I was getting at.
So that's the thing, though. That's almost in essence like a hot potato. That's almost like a hot potato thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like the quick win, and then the hot shot, and then because now the story is not a story; it's just about the belt.
Yeah, it's not an authentic story. It's more of the like turning of the belts is not progressing them as far as what you want out of the storyline.
It's one of those things where they say the man doesn't make the title makes the man. That's what happens now. The story becomes about the title, only about the title now, because it's like Melo's trying to prove a point to Trick about the title. Trick is trying to retain the title. Like, you don't want that. You don't want that story to only be about that belt. You want it to be a story that's gonna catapult Trick standalone outside the belt. Because now if they have a match and Trick wins, it's not, oh, he beat Melo for the belt. No, he beat Melo, and the only thing on the line for that was the pride of beating Melo. Like, I didn't do it because it was extra incentive because the belt was on the line. I beat you because I'm the better man. Period.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you get that finality.
What was this feud going to be about? Because I just couldn't see it. I just couldn't see it.
So with the seed
story, what's it for?
With the seeds that's been planted, it's always been more so about, do I need Melo? Yeah. You know what I mean? Because Trick is developing in ring, but he's still not there.
Because it showed still at No Mercy. It showed NXT. He still has a way to go, but he's
developing. He's on the rise. He's developing, but but this is one of those things where now you're rubbing elbows with Melo, who's rubbing elbows with John Cena and Paul Heyman.
And who can make a big man look good. You got somebody, John Cena, who's wrestled plenty of big men. And when I mean big men, I'm talking Big Show, Mark Henry. We talking about those bigger.
Speaking of wrestled big, Bobby Lashley mentioned Jade coming into whatever's happening with the Profits, and a lot of people are like, no, it should be Bianca. I am actually of the vein that I like Jade there because Lashley can teach her how to work the dominant, big, muscular style against smaller talent.
I can see her adopting the spear now and doing it better than
you know what I mean. Adopting the spear, she could even take the Dominator. Because Lashley doesn't use it. What's going to be her finisher? Because we know the Glam Slam is Beth's, but the Dominator, she could finish that. But
it's not Beth anymore. Like, Beth is going to AEW,
right? Yeah. But it's like with Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin, apparently, he worked with Kane for almost 2 years about the psychology of being a bigger guy. But that's why Corbin's matches against Chad Gable look so good. That's why Corbin's matches against Ziggler look so good, because he took Lashley could be the person to teach Jade how to move with a Liv Morgan or a Roxanne Perez, or Lashley could be that, and not even just Lashley, but Angelo, because Angelo had to learn how to be the powerhouse of a tag team, and now he does it impressively.
The Tyson really broke him down, bro.
That Sky High is Sky High-in.
Oh yeah,
like he used to just kind of, but now when he goes into it for Montez to hit the neck breaker with it, it's
he got you.
Those are just the little things mentally that Jade gets to pick up working with them, because Melo will sell. Not Melo. Montez will sell for her. Mm-hmm. So that'll give her someone the size of a Charlotte Flair or a Rhea who she can learn to work with as well. I'm all for her joining that. Take your time with it. It doesn't have to happen overnight, but she definitely needs to get in there to learn how to work with Liv Morgan, Carmella, Alexa, Bayley. Like, there's a lot of people in there that can guide her through a match, but as we know, a great dance takes two partners.
Right? Yes, it does.
It really does. Like, a lot of guys who love to give AJ Styles credit, who love to give Bryan Danielson credit, who love to give Kenny Omega credit, they'll give their partner credit because it takes two to tango. And speaking of Bryan Danielson, I saw a very interesting post, and I'm going to be done. I saw a post stating that AJ Styles, CM Punk, and who was the third man? AJ Styles, CM Punk,
Chili McClure.
Oh, and Bryan Danielson, I'm sorry, are the flag bearers of Ring of Honor. Excuse me. Nigel McGuinness, Samoa Joe, and Roderick Strong would like to have a conversation with you. I might give you Punk. I might give you Danielson. But Samoa Joe went undefeated for 538 days in Ring of Honor. Nigel McGuinness had arguably 4 of the top 10 matches in Ring of Honor.
Y'all stop that.
Homicide had some legendary matches, but I'm going to be honest with you. The names, there are 2 names that I feel do not get the respect that warrant conversations about Ring of Honor, and that's Roderick Strong, the Messiah of the Backbreaker, and the Briscoes.
Yeah.
Without those 3 names, there is
Briscoes.
So, I'll give people who like to talk about Punk. I'll even throw the people in there who like to talk about Tyler Black. But let's not. We would be remiss to not give Roderick Strong his credit for Ring of Honor success and the Briscoes and Nigel McGuinness. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That man his flowers.
Get a man his flowers.
Stop it.
He's killing me. Like, I'm really upset. Like, I'm not, but I am. Anything major coming up other than Title Tuesday / NXT
Fastlane is
Raw? Do we care about Fastlane?
Yes.
Only the John Cena LA Knight.
That's the only match I care about. That's the only match I care about.
In the supposed debut of Jade Cargill, but that's gonna be she's pretty much gonna be sitting in the crowd in a chair.
It's gonna be like a takeover.
Well, and then we had the tag team title match between Cody.
So it's weird. Do you care about Cody and Jay being a tag team and possibly winning the belts? If you, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's because let's be honest. If they win that match, how do you even book that going forward? Is that how you get Cody to SmackDown and get back in? Like, there's better ways to do it. Don't take the titles off of Judgment Day just for the sake of taking the titles off of Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Women's matches. What's happening at the pay-per-view? I'm gonna be honest. This honestly might be
the triple threat: Asuka, Charlotte, and
Io.
Yeah. This is probably the least interested PLE I've had all year. Just because I know Survivor Series season is coming. You know what I mean? Like, the lead-in is just kind of like, I just want to get the Survivor Series and see what we do this year.
Last man standing, Shinsuke and
do not care about that match. If Shinsuke does not walk out of that match champion, I'm done with the entire story and the Seth Rollins run. I'm done.
Yeah. Because I feel as if Seth wins, they already know they're gonna line up Shinsuke and damn Ricochet, and it pisses me off. Like, if Shinsuke wins, you give Ricochet that run to get into the main title picture.
Just give it to him. He ain't gotta win, but give it to him.
Like, bro, come on now.
Like, because I don't think they remember. I don't think they remember how hyped we were when we thought Adrian Neville beat Seth Rollins for the WWE Championship. When he hit that Hurricanrana all the way across the ring and then run across and hit that red arrow and the false finish 3 count with Seth's foot bent, they popped for that.
Yeah.
Y'all remember when we thought Ray and Dominic were going to beat Brock for the title at Survivor Series when Dominic came in and hit the double 619 in the front? We was like, wait a minute. Like, there's some moments where suspend the disbelief, please. Give Ricochet a title shot. Let him hit that 630. Because I ain't never seen nobody kick out of the 630. Let Shinsuke do it. But Seth's done all he can do as champ. We always get to this point as him as champ.
Right.
He always does everything he can, and that's always give us great matches. But I don't care about Seth Rollins being champ no more.
But my thing is too, bro. If we're emphasizing this back injury, go with the story of the back injury, because after this, you can't use the back injury no more.
But you know what though? I wish they would stop doing it, because how many times have we seen Seth knocked out and not heard a cash-in tease? It's not making sense. Seth was out for doggone near a 10 count, and Damian Priest was nowhere to be found.
Damn it, you know what? Or if it sets up,
let him cash it in,
bro. If it
does Damian cash in Sunday?
What about this? Damn, say Judgment Day lose the damn titles. They ended up getting it back because they allowed what the boy JD McDonough to come in and be tag team champion with Finn, and now that takes the titles off of Damian. Now
do you do that little tease earlier with the suitcase switch possibly, and Finn having the money in the bank cash in maybe? Like there's better to do. There's better to do.
Yes. See, we armchair booking. I'm sorry.
We over here armchair booking. We gotta stop that, because it's not like we know what we're talking about. But I really could genuinely care. I could not care less about another Seth Rollins win, let alone a title defense. Yeah. What else is at the pay-per-view?
That's all I can remember.
Yeah, that's Street Business, Bobby Lashley versus.
I'm interested in that. I'm only because against the LWO, interested in that because.
Are they heels or are they faces?
I think they're heel now because Lashley comes out and applauds it. But at the same time, what's a heel and what's a face in 2023? If you're not Christian, you're not a heel to me. If you're not Dom, you're not a heel.
Because technically, Swerve came out as a face to Page.
He was a face against Adam Page. He was a face.
I was like, geez.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. It was hometown, but I feel like they would have responded like that anywhere for him. Shout out to Swerve's dub. That's what I was mentioning earlier about the match that superseded expectations. Great match. Hopefully he wins and gives us him versus Christian. Or are we ready for Swerve to go after MJF?
Well, we got to figure out what we're doing with
Jay White.
We got to figure out what's up with Jay White because then now you got Adam Copeland coming in the picture saying he want a shot at it. So then,
but Black called that because remember we were talking after Adam Cole, Jay is next. It was either Adam Cole was going to win or whatever, but Jay White is next. You got to give him his run. Is Adam Copeland going to be AEW champ? They did it with Punk. They did it with Jericho. Is Adam Copeland going to end up AEW champ eventually?
Eventually. They have no choice eventually.
He's such a big name. I don't think you have a choice. But let's look at the tier. You got right now MJF. Eventually he's going to get a second run unless he leaves in 2024. You got MJF. Cole is out of the picture for right now. Cole's out of the picture for right now. You still have to give Bryan Danielson possibly a small intermediate run. You got.
I don't think he wants it.
I don't think he wants it.
I think he's really because I think he knows what it entails and he knows his time is almost up. So he's trying to get that spotlight to everybody else.
You got Jay White. You still got to figure out what to do with Ricky Starks. You got.
They might get Ricky International. I don't know.
I hate to say this, but
you gotta say it.
Who are you? Who do you think I'm about to say?
Darby.
Get out of my head. Because at this point, he can't win the TNT title anymore. And he's not going to win the international title because then him and Orange Cassidy become too similar.
Yeah.
So you got to eventually put him in that position to get a match. I'm not going to say win, but to get a match. You still got Ricky Starks that you still have to build up somewhere in the wings.
Shit, I ain't going to lie. Mess around. The powerhouse Hobbs ended up making a run.
Hobbs is there. Swerve is somewhere in there. You got you should have Takeshita somewhere in there.
Yeah, probably next year.
There's a lot. There's a lot left. There's a lot of meat on that bone. So it's just with Cole being out of the picture now. It's almost like when Kofi went Kofi Mania when Mustafa Ali was supposed to go in and be in that position. Now that Cole's gone, who do you fill in that position, and do they win the belt? If it's Jay White, does Jay White win the belt at Full Gear? And if he does Cole come back and go after Jay White? Do we get a battle of? Well, okay. So that's all I got. That's all I got. I'm just saying there's a lot of meat left on the bone.
Well, we said that we was gonna pick it up next week, definitely with all the wrestling recaps since we got a lot of wrestling next week.
We got a lot of recapping to do.
I think we touched everything on the night, so
we did everything we could. You know, like I said, and I'm gonna say it one more time before we ride out. If you got a loved one, Doesn't matter the problems. It doesn't matter what's going on. Life is too short. You know, reach out to your family. Let them know you love them. Don't go a day without the people who are, I don't want to say deserving of, but the people who you feel are deserving of your love. Let them know that you love them, because you never know when that last breath is coming. Trigger, let them know where to find you. I'm done.
Find me at OVO official. Excuse me, dang, I messed that up. Official OVO. IG is at official OVO sound _11. TikTok is Sharon L. Knight. X is Latrell Wade. Facebook, you don't need to know me because guess what? I don't know you. So you can just keep it on the socials. Website, skmolin.com. Hey, Mr. 211, let them know where they can find you.
You can find me at your local bar drinking away my sorrows after this Commanders game.
Are y'all losing? Good.
Yeah.
Don't look for him on the X.
Don't look for me on the X because
what's the IG?
The IG is man is still _BTB because that's
BTB. Y'all already know. Carlito _Cannon on IG, Carlito Cannon on X, TikTok, Beyond the Bell Podcast, TikTok, Twitch, IG, BTB Iconics on X, Beyond the Bell Podcast on Facebook. And y'all already know y'all can find Blackout Jones at Blackout Jones. That's that guy. Y'all don't pay no attention to this guy right here. Y'all already know it's the Carolina Wrestling Cartel. We out. Salute.